Insurance Corporation of India check remittance ceremony at SOS Children's Village of Bamboo. I am Christina Apadou, Children's Village Program Manager, and I will be your MC for today. SOS Children's Villages Mauritius has been doing an outstanding work for more than 20 years, which has enabled many neglected, abused, and abandoned Mauritian children from broken families to be cared for in a warm and caring home. This has allowed them to grow and develop into responsible citizens. This would not have been possible without the contribution of our supporters like the Life Insurance Corporation of India, Indian Oil, State Bank of India, and Telecommunication of India. I would now like to invite Mr. Amélie Devichalan, Managing Director of SOS Children's Villages Mauritius, for his welcoming address.
Speech today, actually, because I understand that most of you here, you have been organizing your PSU meeting, your public sector undertaking today here in Bamboo. So you are quite a bit familiar with the work of SOS. I'm not going to repeat today that our program consists of SOS mothers, family houses, schools. You know about that. I think the trust you have in us is there. Otherwise, you don't have been here today. I would rather prefer to tell you stories. Not my story, but stories of children. That's why I'm going to call Mathieu and Vishni.
I'm very pleased, honored, and privileged to welcome you all at SOS Children's Village, Bamboo, on the occasion of a check giving ceremony to mark the CSR support of the LIC of India to SOS Children's Villages Mauritius. I would like to express my deep gratitude to Lady Savage Cabinet, who has graciously accepted to be present today. Distinguished guests, we are all deeply honored to have hosted once again the monthly meeting of Indian public sector undertakings based in Mauritius. Your Excellency, Mr. Mukhlal, heads of Indian public sector undertakings and ambassador, of course, we are very touched that you have judiciously decided to organize here at CB Bamboo the check-giving ceremony after your monthly or before your PSU meeting. Your sense of voluntary simplicity, if you allow me to use this term, is in line with our effort to be sustainable and is much, much appreciated. Thank you. I would like, on behalf of the children who are entrusted to us, to thank the heads of Indian companies who are supporting the work of SOS Children's Villages Mauritius. Mr. Gungali, Chief Manager of LIC Mauritius, let me thank you for joining hands with other supporters to sustain our work. I'm sure that now, with the removal of the statutory guidelines regulating the CSR, we will be able to build a broader partnership with other PSU in Mauritius. That's a job for you, Mr. Bawatra. I am referring earlier to the issue of sustainability, which is currently high on our agenda. Indeed, the environment today has drastically changed compared to what it was more than 25 years ago, when the association started to operate in Mauritius. Children's problems are overwhelming in terms of both severity and scope. And we have a feeling that the situation is not improving despite the work of NGOs, the support of the Child Development Unit of government, and other stakeholders. The recent clip on YouTube showing the brawl and punching up of an adolescent girl in a school is frightening. Fortunately, none of the girls involved in this cruel fight were among our children. The financial crisis and the exchange rate volatility are other factors affecting not only businesses in Mauritius and elsewhere, but civil society alike, here especially. What are we doing to face these challenges? As our privileged partners, we would like to give you some hints of upcoming policies planned to implement. We share the view of the UNICEF to do more and lead the way regarding deinstitutionalization. We are therefore reviewing our model while keeping our family at our core. In this regard, we have submitted 2 projects to the CDU of government to operate SOS family houses integrated in the community. It is like breaking the walls that surround us. We are reviewing our caregivers model, structure and operation for better response in children need and higher efficiency. We plan to recruit couples and parents like in foster care. We will build stronger partnerships with other NGOs and the government. At the end, we are bound to become sustainable both financially and impact-wise. Last and not least, I'd like to say a few words for the caregivers and staff whose determination and hard work deserves our recognition. Distinguished guests, let me take this opportunity to express our indebtedness to our goodwill ambassador, Mr. Rajan Kumar Mohapatra, for his adherence to our goals. Unfortunately, we hear that he is now returning to India. But today, when I prepared that, I sent a word to immigration at the airport. You are on the people who cannot leave Mauritius. Excellency, Lady Sabri Johnson, Excellencies, distinguished guests, thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
And all its employees and salespersons, and on my personal behalf, I take this opportunity to convey our heartfelt thanks to the First Lady for being here with us and for kindly agreeing to do the honors of handing over the check to the SOS village today. Madam, we are extremely grateful to you for coming here in spite of your very busy schedule, for providing inspiration to the little children and your blessings as well, and for extending good wishes to the noble projects undertaken by the SOS Children's Village. Thank you so much, Madam. Ladies and gentlemen, LIC is a well-known name in Mauritius. We are here since 1956. It's already written there. That's almost 6 decades. We are a branch of the Life Insurance Corporation of India, which is fully owned by the Government of India. It is not only the largest life insurance company in India, but it is also the largest life insurance company in the world in terms of the number of customers. Currently, we are having more than 300 million customers. The total assets of the corporation expressed in MUR would be around 9,700 million rupees. We have more than 120,000 employees and about 1.2 million insurance agents in India. In the context of CSR activities, I must mention that in India, we are having a Golden Jubilee Foundation, which was formed in 2006 with the object of promoting education, health, relief of poverty or distress, and advancement of other objects of general public utility. It works with the financial and human resources received from the Life Insurance Corporation. Till March 2014, the foundation has contributed more than 500 million rupees for various CSR projects in India. In Mauritius, the scale of our operations is much smaller, but with our limited resources, we have made a humble contribution of 1.4 million in 2012-13, 2.6 million in 2013-14, and 3.9 million in 2014-15. We intend to contribute more than rupees 4 million in the current financial year. The SOS Children Village, Bamboo, has been doing an excellent job since 2003. That's right. For supporting the vulnerable and less privileged children from various deprived localities. We have been preparing the children for achieving the goals of self-reliance, financial independence, and social integration. There are 12 family houses for providing family care. Besides, there are family strengthening projects for prevention of child abandonment, providing vocational education, and training to the deprived children for gaining financial independence. Ladies and gentlemen, the task of providing this financial training to the underprivileged children, making arrangements for the education, family houses, basic education in the kindergarten kids, for the kindergarten kids, this is a very daunting task indeed. While I must appreciate and thank the SOS Children's Village authorities for their efforts, I will also emphasize upon the need for the wholehearted support of the business community and the corporate houses for this Herculean task. It is this philosophy that has driven LIC Mauritius to come forward with our modest contribution for this noble cause. And I want to mention today that LIC Mauritius is committed to nurture our relationship with the SOS Village in the coming years as well. I wish all the very best to the SOS Children's Village and a very happy and bright future to all the little children, including the two children who have shared their experience with us, Matthew and Vishnu. Thank you for patient hearing. Thanks.
Keep going for such functions when the Indian PSUs hand over their contribution under the CSR activity. And each time I think of a story to tell how useful and how important it is for all of us to involve in our surroundings and try to see, can we grow with them? Can they become part of us? Can they become a partner in our own success stories? And today when I was coming, I thought, what story do I have? Because I have grabbed so many of them. I remember, I'm sure you have heard of a great social reformer in India called Nanak. When Nanak was a small child, his father, who was a businessman, he thought Nanak had now grown, and probably Nanak would also be involved in expanding his business. So one day he called Nanak. He said, Nanak, why don't you please join me in my business? I'll give you some money. Go out, do some good business, expand my earnings and profits, and come back, so that I am able to trust you to hand over my business to you when I grow old. Now Nanak takes that money, goes out, and after a few days he comes back. His father asks him, he says, what have you done? He said, Father, I have done what is called Sacha Sauda. Now I will translate for you what is Sacha Sauda. In our language, in Hindi, Sacha Sauda means a noble business. Father was very happy. He says, okay, that means you must have made tons of profit and money. And he says, why don't you tell me what Sacha Sauda have you done? He said, Father, when I went out to another village, I found a few people were really hungry. They required desperately some help. So I used my money in helping them. So Father was a bit disappointed. He says, you call it Sacha Sauda? He says, Father, believe me, this is the best business you can do. Because when you look after your surroundings, because we all grow up in an ecosystem, we are not really complete in ourselves. You are surrounded by many factors. There is an environment which surrounds you. There are societies which surround you. There are people who surround you. And if you look after your surroundings, I'm sure not only that you can grow faster, but you can grow better. Because growing with others is the only art that will take you far. In fact, I recall one of the statements the other day, in fact, Prime Minister Modi made. He says, if you want to walk faster, you can please walk alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go with others. You can't really grow and go alone. You a far distance. So please look after your surroundings, look after your people, look after your societies. And I think that is what is at the core of the CSR objectives. In fact, I remember when we were young kids, there were different economic models. One model was profit was the only thing. And when it comes to the welfare, they said there's something called a hidden hand. It will work and they will be trickled down and everybody will grow. But then there was another model which said nothing belongs to you. You will work as much as you want, but then at the end of the day, we take care of the resources that you generate and we will decide how they will be distributed. I think both these models had their own difficulties. Neither the hidden hand ever worked, nor the redistribution of resources was an ideal solution. I think your own thinking and keeping your surroundings with you, I think that's the best model. Where we think, each one of us, we take responsibility for carrying our ecosystem with us. I think that's the best way. And that is where I think the idea of CSR came. Can we have corporate social responsibility? And since, all humans don't think alike, some thought they were already doing enough. The other thought there was no need to do it. And this is where I think the system and the governments had to really kind of join the solution-making process. And now today in many countries, in fact, the governments prescribe what is an obligatory social responsibility for corporations, but you can always go beyond that. Under the CSR, as my team from LIC mentioned, in fact, the Indian PSUs not only in India but also here and in many other countries, they are deploying their resources in good social causes. I have been to many functions. I have gone to the function where they contributed for the building of housing for underprivileged families. I went to functions where they contributed for cancer care. I went to functions where they helped the old age homes. But whenever I come to this place, this is my second or third time, when you invest in children, I think that is such a solace. Because they are our future. We can't, as a society, can't leave them behind. Because if we leave them behind, I can tell you, we will have to pay a very heavy price. And I'm sure, as wise societies, we do not want to pay that heavy price. The right price is now. Please look after them. Please take them to their own place in society so that they are able to look after themselves. Because if they are not able to look after themselves, believe me, we'll have to look after a lot of things. So I think earlier the society believes rightly in doing this activity better for all of us. As Mahatma Gandhi said, and I will repeat, he said the society should never stop working till the tears are removed from the last pair of eyes. And I think this is a small contribution that Indian PSUs and other companies are making in trying to create a better society, in trying to remove tears from their eyes. I think the best gift we can expect, we can look forward is a smile on their face. And that is what today we have seen. And I'm sure this process will grow. Though at the end of the day, I dream of a society where probably villages like SOS will not probably be required. But I know till that happens, we all have to work together for making sure that we achieve that day. Because helping them will help us in making sure that nobody will require to live in SOS villages. But that day is not there, unfortunately. Until it's there, we will be there, don't worry, we'll all be there to help, we'll all be there to stand behind you, we'll all be there to making sure that you grow up into a very important part of the society, and you contribute. When you grow up, you will learn this art that you never go alone. You have to take care of others who surround you. Thank you very much.
Happy to be present here here this afternoon for this noble function meant to give a helping hand to children from underprivileged backgrounds. I congratulate Life Insurance Corporation of India, Mauritius French, for the financial assistance it is providing to SOS Children's Village, Bamboo, through CSR contribution to help keep a smile on the lips of these children and ensure they grow into successful adults. SOS Children's Villages have been in the forefront of conducting several family strengthening programs which aim at alleviating hardship so that families are not in danger of breaking up and children can enjoy a secure and loving home life. They provide guidance on income-generating skills and parenting practices to the parents so that families become self-sufficient in a sustainable manner. We have here 7 SOS families providing a loving home for up to 120 children, if not more, who live with their brothers and sisters, affectionately cared for by their SOS mother. These children are happy, as we have seen some of them, and I can imagine the amount of efforts and money required to provide them with whatever is needed for their upbringing and development. That's where the CSR money being provided by Life Insurance Corporation of India is of paramount importance. The company is fulfilling its CSR obligations for a cause that is not only social, but humanitarian as well. A developing country like ours requires interventions from institutions like SOS Children's Villages, ably supported by organizations like Life Insurance Corporation of India, for providing assistance to the underprivileged sections of our population. It is essential to take every section of the society in its stride when a nation grows. Otherwise, it will become a skewed development, and such development will not be sustainable in the long run. Hence, as responsible citizens, we should ensure that the fruits of development are shared amongst all. Government has been undertaking various social security schemes to help people in vulnerable areas come up in life and contribute their mite in the nation-building activities. But government alone cannot make this a reality. The public at large, NGOs, and corporates in particular, need to chip in with their efforts to bring about a quality change in the lives of our people at the bottom of the social ladder. LIC has shown the way forward both in India and in Mauritius, and they deserve our appreciation. LIC Mauritius is one of the branches of Life Insurance Corporation of India, and it has been providing life insurance benefits to the people of Mauritius since 1956. I'm delighted to learn that they have contributed more than 4 million rupees towards the CSR project in the last financial year. Today, the company is handing over an amount of 500,000 to SOS Village here in Bamboo. This gesture needs to be applauded. LIC Mauritius and SOS Children's Villages will work in unison for continuously providing education and loving care to the underprivileged children. I wish all the best to SOS Children's Village, Babu, and also to LIC Mauritius. I'll say a few words about India and Mauritius. We have ties, I don't know for how long, but I will say it in Hindi. You know, Sausawa Pehele, Mujhe Tumse Pyar Tha,